Okay, here we are, Isla Blanca Park renovation. This is an August 4th update with my drone view. This is the entrance to the park before you get to the actual, this is right by the office. That's the park entrance right there. Down below, you see those people there. That is a temporary booth. They will eventually turn that into a much nicer looking toll booth to get in. This is the entrance as you drive in. At this split right here, there will be bidirectional traffic on the left. They will make that a two-way street. And on the right, as we go to the right here on the west end of the park, we'll follow this vehicle going in. This is the west side, Isla Blanca Park. Coming up on the right would be the water treatment facility on the right. Right there to your right is a water treatment facility. Behind that, all that property to the right between the road and the bay belongs to the United States Coast Guard station. So we're headed toward the amphitheater and the public boat ramp. On the left to the east is all trailer parking, motorhomes, travel trailers, etc. with hookups. We'll continue on the west side here. We are coming up to Dolphin Cove, the amphitheater, and the public boat ramp. Just wait shortly here. Currently that sidewalk down below is blocked off for construction. Here we are, we're coming up. As you can see, directly in front is a new amphitheater area. Right down below here is some parking for the amphitheater. There's the new amphitheater there, still under construction. To the right corner center is the public boat ramp. That's the new amphitheater there. I'll pan around here just briefly. And you can see some parking to the right. There's a parking lot to the right and the boat ramp to the right. And that parking lot. We'll move on a little more east toward Dolphin Cove to get a better view of the new amphitheater. So the amphitheater is going to be for music and events, and also supposedly a place to watch the rocket launches from SpaceX, which is going to be about roughly 5 miles due south of that amphitheater, across South Bay, over to Boca Chica Boulevard, which dead ends at the Gulf of Mexico. About a quarter mile from the beach is a launch facility. So that's looking due west at the amphitheater. Down at the bottom of the screen here, you'll see some rocks from the jetties. That's granite boulders. I'll pull back and show you the water. This is flying directly over Dolphin Cove. So right now the drone is directly over Dolphin Cove. I'll move in a second to give you a closer view of the amphitheater. Remember, this is still under construction. There's a lot more to go. This is probably going to take at least a couple of more years. Everything is done in phases. The amphitheater will be completed hopefully by the end of this year. They're currently working on Lerma Pavilion and Sandpiper Pavilion. That's the amphitheater for seating. Right there, you can tell where the seating is going to be. And obviously, I think they're going to have some kind of canopy or covering or shade material for the spectators there. Right there, dead center, is the amphitheater itself. That's looking back due north at South Padre. That's the parking lot for the amphitheater. We'll go ahead and loop around, back on the road, headed east. It's Dolphin Cove on your right. We'll head toward the Cristo statue. Bless all the boats and vessels that head out into the Gulf of Mexico for safe return. It's also a memorial for all the fishermen that have lost their lives at sea. There's plaques out there at the base of the statue with the name of the vessel and the crew that was lost over the past years. Cristo statue coming up to the right corner of the screen now. Jetty's bait stand on the right side of the screen. The jetty's to the right. We're heading toward the parking lot for Lerma Pavilion. You can see some tractor there. We'll head forward here. Down there you'll see a chain link fence. That's where the new boardwalk's going to be. So they've shut it down to one lane road right now. There's currently a fence right here to the left as well. This will all be parking lot here. You won't be able to drive like they're currently driving there. This is going to be all parking lot. You'll be able to drive into the parking lot, but you will not be able to drive by and get a surf check. You'll have to come into the parking lot, park, and walk over to the boardwalk and to the beach to get the surf check. Lerma Pavilion to the right, that will be destroyed and demolished. The new Lerma Pavilion is going to be right here, as you can see the construction site for it. I'll fly by here in just a second. So basically Lerma Pavilion will be right here down below. You can see they're working on it. It has to be further away from the beach because the current Lerma Pavilion, during the winter months, the water is lapping up at its foundation. So the GLO, General Land Office, will not allow them to build on the beach anymore. They got to be behind the beach, behind the dunes, so to speak. Second parking lot there. There'll be a boardwalk there as well. We're coming up on Coastal Studies Lab, that bright green-blue color to the left. Right in here, you'll see they're doing construction for a new boardwalk. Right about here, there'll be a boardwalk, and you'll see it here when I fly by. A little surf check to the right, coming up. August the 4th, 2018, about 9:30 a.m. 3-foot waves, pretty fun. It's been flat for a while, kind of small, but today was a treat. There should be some more surf tomorrow, guys. Alright, back on to the construction view of Isla Blanca Park. We're going to move towards Sandpiper Pavilion. It has been currently demolished and totally removed. Right down below you can see the boardwalk. That's the frame for it right there. Work in progress. You can see here where the old Lerma Pavilion used to be. And now you can see the construction for the new Lerma Pavilion. Excuse me, Sandpiper. Why am I saying Lerma? Sandpiper Pavilion right here. Second parking lot. We'll pull back, show the distance from the actual pavilion foundation is right there for Sandpiper. Directly behind it to the west is a parking lot. But we'll pull back here to give you an idea how far it is from the beach now. That's the dune line right there. So we have to be behind the dune line for buildings. We're coming up on the water right here. Gulf of Mexico, right here. Moving forward, heading back east, we'll do a flyby over the current construction of Sandpiper Pavilion and the boardwalk. Sandpiper Pavilion foundation right here, guys. Parking lot right here. We see the caliche, and you can see the concrete curb and parking here. And that's pretty much almost a wrap for now for what we're current construction.